I saw Russell Westbrook. The Lakers have said they're going to try to keep Russell Westbrook. I think the issues are they've had a couple of weeks off. They obviously talked to a couple of other teams. And this is no disrespect to him, but he doesn't have a lot of trade value. He got exploited last year, not because of his playing style. He's been playing the same style for years. But when you play for teams like Houston, smaller market teams, OKC, even though he's a superstar, he wasn't getting as much exposure. And obviously, he was putting up triple doubles. So it's like we don't even care that he has 8 turnovers a game or 7 turnovers a game, or he has like moments on defense where he's falling asleep, or some bonehead plays. We don't care. He has all these triple doubles. He has all these monstrous dunks, these monstrous blocks. He's winning games. It's like okay, whatever. But when you play for a team that expects to win championships every year, even if they're the fans expecting to win championships, even though the lineup says otherwise, and you're held to a higher standard, people see okay, well he's a problem. But also he took some, I think, undue criticism because the team wasn't healthy. Anthony Davis missed games. Carlo Anthony was a huge part of that team, even though he was coming off the bench uh, in the first half of the season before he got hurt. He was winning a lot of those games because of 15 points a game, 10 points a game. He was just helping out the shit until the team got settled down. But once Anthony Davis went down, they really had no chance. And he had to play more minutes. He had to play, and it was just more expose his weaknesses. Also, not too many teams want to pay him $47 million. Let's just be honest. If he declines that offer to sign a long-term deal somewhere else, you can see a sign and trade. Let's say he declines the 47 and signs a 30 million a year for 3, 4, 5 years. Then you can say, okay, well, to trade him, to get some trade value. I think that would be more reasonable for what the Lakers could do and what they should do, but he would have to be a part of not only accepting that he would decline the $47 million, but also accepting a trade to a team he wants to be traded to. A lot of times you get comfortable with the players you play with. LeBron James has been open about wanting to play with certain guys, and certain guys wanted to play with him. So if he's picking these teams, picking these coaches, he's not really going to let them trade guys and let guys walk. So I don't think Russell Westbrook leaves. I think he stays. I think Anthony Davis stays. I think Anthony Davis should be traded to the Knicks for Julius Randle. That will never happen. But I think if the Lakers were smart, Julius Randle wants to leave the Knicks. Anthony Davis is always hurt. One up, one down. Everybody gets what they want. The Knicks get someone that can do a little bit what Julius Randle does, and who wants to play. That's the key. Julius Randle win game, lose game, and don't want to be there. So let him go. Um, but yeah, Russell's gonna stay unless he signs and trades. And the reason why I think they hired that coach, Darvin Ham, it's an interesting pickup, but I don't think a real prominent veteran coach would have taken that job because there's no path forward. There's no path to success in 2 years, 3 years. The roster's older. LeBron's older. LeBron is doing something that we've never seen before. We may never see again at this age with as many miles on his body. To put up these numbers and to put up these endurance and play these games and play these minutes, um, it's really something we may never see again. It's really shocking, and you test your luck if you continue to bet on that. So if I'm a coach, say a veteran coach, and say, okay, well, can we be better in 3 years or 2 years or 4 years? Even with LeBron, that's still one man. The other part is they have no other person on the team that you can say will be a superstar in 3 years, will be a superstar in 2 years. Um, and Phil Jackson got a lot of flack for saying they should trade LeBron. But if you're in a business mind thinking and you have assets, you look at these players, unfortunately, as not just players but assets. The biggest asset on the team is LeBron James. This would never happen, but we need more organizations running they run them as business, but now we have more players or a humanistic part of it. But LeBron James is an asset, and he will get the more return if he was to be traded to any team. You don't have to put a name to it because this won't happen. But Phil Jackson is 100% right. Uh, they should trade LeBron James for multiple draft picks, veteran players, and players who maybe one superstar or two superstars, because you get way more for LeBron than you would get for Russell Westbrook right now. Just a thought. All right.